all of this quality that you're seeing in Antony, everyone kind of knew that it was there because we saw it at Ajax, and then something happened at Manchester United. It wasn't there.
Charlie, we bigged up Antony prior to the game, didn't we? And quite rightly so, given the season he's had since he joined Real Betis. But he was fairly quiet on the night. What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, he did a lot of work off the ball. And you could see the work that he put in the first half maybe forced him to not give as much in the attacking half. You know, he did a good job of just getting up and down, but like he said in that interview, they didn't get on the ball. And when you're not on the ball, it is a tough place to be as an attacker. When you're not on the ball, you're constantly asked to defend and work and get up and down, and you find yourself losing your legs, not getting into chemistry. You could getting into a rhythm, and that's what we saw in the second half. He never got going. He never got into a rhythm, and when he did get on the ball, Chelsea had numbers behind, so you saw him delay, and by that time, he was ineffective.
He was coy on his future there. I mean, wasn't really going to expect him to say where he's going, but what do you think the future holds for Antony? Is he going to try and stay at Betis?
I have no idea, but it looks like clearly he doesn't want to go back to Manchester United.
Yeah.
I think it's a hidden secret.
First
he
flight
keeps
back.
on talking about being happy. Everyone knows he's happy there, so obviously he does not want to go back to Old Trafford. That's down to him and his agent. You know, we've seen him outside of Manchester United and what he's doing now, and clearly he looks a lot more happy human being and happy about life and family and playing his football.
I think he genuinely doesn't know where he's going to go.
He genuinely doesn't know.
Because
he wasn't going to come out, Adam, and say, this is where I want to be, and that's it. Because he's a smart guy. You also want to play Champions League. You want to play at the highest level. This was an audition for other clubs in Europe, if not Manchester United, to say, hey, you either want me back and I'm going to play my style or no.
And I have quality still. I'm not the player from United. I'm the player from Betis.
And I don't think he wants to go back to United and play. It's almost like it's a painful reminder of where you were in the low point. So you want to continue to go out, but it's an important year. He got called back up to the national team with Ancelotti. The message for all the Brazilian players is to play. And not only play, but play well.
Let's not
forget. So he needs to find a good spot. And if you're Antony, you're saying La Liga is a great place for me, and hopefully one of the clubs who finished in the top 5, Villarreal, Atletico Madrid. Those are places that you're hoping.
No, he can't play at Athletic Club.
Let's just say this: it doesn't matter what conversation you have. Leading up now for any of these players, it's World Cup year. It's leading to a World Cup year, and Charlie's right. You have to be playing. But one thing I get from that interview, definitely does not want to go back to Manchester United.
We mentioned before the game about the view of Pellegrini in South America and obviously the success he's had as a manager in Europe for Chile. How is Antony and his success this season been viewed back home in Brazil?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are happy for Antony. It's the bounce back that I think even we who poked fun at his situation at United, because there were moments that were comical, we saw this flourishing of a player, and you can only applaud that. And I think in Brazil, all of this quality that you're seeing in Antony, everyone kind of knew that it was there because we saw it at Ajax, and then something happened at Manchester United. It wasn't there. But when a Brazilian, I feel like culturally, when a Brazilian is happy, when he has freedom of expression, he plays football well. And it came down to sometimes a lot has to do with your personal life. He wasn't a happy guy in Manchester. And I was listening.
Happy when you're not playing.
But not only that, and then your family is suffering, right? Well, you wake up, it's grey, there's no pool.
Yeah,
I was listening to Spanish radio, and they said, well, yeah, he's happier in Spain. Well, of course he's happier in Spain. He lives in Sevilla. It's sunny all the time. You can walk out in a T-shirt. My kids can get in the pool.
You can't do that in Manchester in December. I'll tell you that for free.
Unless you have an indoor pool.
Yeah.